Hello again. Today, I want to treat you to a dramatic reading of one of my favorite blog posts by a fellow teacher named Jane Goodwin. So this was originally posted back in 2007, and it is appropriately titled A Tale of Two Essays. You can think of it as, these were the best of essays, these were the worst of essays. Actually, they might be in contention for the worst of essays. So I want you to listen and reflect and think about which one you would vote as the worst essay that you've ever heard. Goodwin writes, I used to think that no essay would ever beat this one from a year or so ago. Lincoln was a tall man, much in the way that Andre the Giant was also tall, and with the same sideways heart and thick bones that made Andre the Giant look so much like a giant and made Lincoln look like a guy who shouldn't have been photographed wearing that tall hat, which made him look even taller. Kind of like a chef, only the wrong color, which for the times of his life were taller than even if he lived today, in which case the hat wouldn't be a problem because it wouldn't exist. And some think, and I might agree, that he grew that beard because the little girl told him to, because the more of that face that was covered up, the better. And you know it's bad if a little kid can't stand it. And we all know which one was took out by a Southerner with 3 names, just like the guy who blew Teddy Kennedy's brain to pieces in the middle of the parade. And which one was killed by a crazy actor leaping from the stage onto the balcony to climax the scene with something not exactly in the script, but which would read, "Death!" in all red caps if it was. And Andre the Giant has a small and dainty wife, which must have made their personal lives interesting to say the least. And Lincoln's wife was a spendthrift nutter. But at least Andrew the Giant got to drop dead naturally instead of be took out by ham actors with guns or book salesmen. But the morphine syndrome, which made them both so tall and thick-boned, also caused their death before their old age began, and pretty much ended both the Civil War and any chance of a Princess Bride sequel. Period. Goodwin then interjects, but I was wrong. Here's the second one. After watching the movie so as I could really get it, and reading the book, although in all sincereness, it was the classic junior comic of my youth, which I cherish, not the novelle, since I haven't got all day to bake a cake with you. Sorry, my parental rights come before a book, because being a good example is more important than being seen reading or watching a non-Barney substance for my own benefit or pleasure or a good grade. I have concluded that being a comic, and thereof much shorter than a book with hardcovers, still gives no rights for leaving out important people who have a part in the story, such as the girl with short hair who could shoot, and Moochie. I find faulty logic in this paper version because it left out so much that was in the movie. I think, in my opinion, since the question begged me, that the treehouse was the best part of the story, and I would love to have one, for I would make my bed in the tower and paint the walls green, but have real plumbing with shower and high-speed internet in it. I find the book version lacking, for it left out the treehouse and the girl and that Tarzan game they played by the waterfalls. Also, many of the words were long and hard to understand since I was ever in a hurry that week and couldn't stop to use the dictionary all the time like usual when I read the paper, for example, or the instructions on the back of No Bake Cheesecake by Jell-O. I also wondered things like, where the hell are all the pirates? To answer the question in only a few words, I would have to say the movie was better because it had them riding ostriches and rolling logs down a hill to crush people, where in the book there was nothing cool like that. Goodwin concludes, can we put it to a vote? And I would encourage you to do just that down in the comments. Which essay do you think should be awarded the Bad Essay Gold Medal? In the description, I have a link to the original blog post, which was published back in 2007, and the earlier essay she'd included in a previous blog post back in 2006. Love to hear what you think. And if you vote, tell me why you picked the one you did. Bye for now.